I want you to think about who your favorite lord is. Marth, Ike, Lynn, wrong, wrong, wrong. Every answer you could have given me is wrong. Let me take you down the route of a real lord. Kelik. This Fire Emblem lord is so cool, he's not even from a Fire Emblem game. He's from a fan hack called The Last Promise, which is just proof that he's better than those garbage Fire Emblem lords. Fans always make better games than professional game designers. Just ask Sonic Omens. So strap into your seats, as your dumbasses are gonna get educated on what a real man looks like. Also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, or I will have sex with your dad.
I'm here to intercourse your dad. And you can't stop me.
The Last Promise starts with a lord named Siegfried, who's the game's first lord, and he made some kind of the last promise to his dead wife. Who gives a shit? He isn't Kelik. See, Kelik is such a powerful character that he has to get nerfed by sharing the spotlight with 3 other lords: Siegfried, Sean, and Anakin. So the first chapter is basically filler because it doesn't have Kelik in it. When he shows up on chapter 2, Siegfried foolishly thinks Kelik is in danger because he's outnumbered 1 to 20 against some bandits. But you see, Kelik is a genetic freak, and he's not normal, so the bandits only have a 25% chance of winning, and then you add the weight he can handle into the mix, and their chances of winning drastically go down. This scene is in the plot to show Kelik is a badass who doesn't give a fuck about numbers. Kelik leaves after that, and doesn't show up again until the end of chapter 8, so all that happens before them is some shitty filler. When Kelik shows up again, he literally just shit-talks Siegfried and leaves, and it's here that his theme song plays, a rendition of his world from Sonic the Hedgehog. That's right, his theme is Sonic music, which is scientifically proven to be better than all other music. Red Hot Chili Peppers? More like Red Hot Shitty Peppers. Michael Jackson? More like Michael Damn Son, your music sucks. The Beatles? More like bitch. Anyways, after he insults Siegfried, Siegfried is defeated by his enemy and captured. This scene is in the plot to prove that Kelik is always correct, and anyone who thinks he isn't is the 7th track off of Ween's Chocolate and Cheese album. Who the fuck would even get that joke? With Siegfried's bitch ass captured, Kelik and his legendary group of mercenaries, called the Legend Mercenaries because humility is for fucking chumps, decides to give the player the glorious privilege of using him as a unit. He's basically a Myrmidon, and that's it, he's basically just a Myrmidon. But unlike all those shitty Fire Emblem Myrmidons, who come with killing edges to play into their class's natural strength to critical hits, Kelik comes in with a personal sword that sets bitches on fire! This is to convey to the player that Kelik is a cool fucking dude who sets people on fire. Kelik's decided to help the game's other lord, Bananakin Skywalker, fight against the big bad evil empire because he's just that nice of a dude. Thanks to the power of plot exposition, we learn that Kelik has trouble trusting people because reasons. This is a very unique backstory. A badass mercenary with a sword who has trust issues due to his emotionally scarring past is a very unique story that helps make Kelik distinct from other cringe JRPG main characters. Cloud Strife? More like Cloud Get a Life, you fucking loser. Kelik owns your poverty franchise. Kelik later has a scene where he experiences a microaggression by the bitch Anakin. Anakin assumes Kelik is just a fighter who can't think up plans, and Kelik chastises him, saying that judging someone before you know them is prejudice. This is totally different than how Kelik judges literally everyone before he meets them due to his own trust issues. That's because Kelik has a sad anime backstory. Anakin is just fucking racist against mercenaries. And also ignore how literally the next chapter, Anakin is chastised by Kelik for being too trusting and not judging a man based on appearances. This is because Kelik is always right, and if he is ever wrong, the universe will rewrite itself so that he was correct the whole time. This leads into Kelik's famous weight scene. You, Divisian Knights, how much weight can you handle? Can you withstand the spirit of one whose life has passed? The weight of the burden of that death? Weak souls succumb quickly to a strong spirit. Strong ether is like a toxin to those whose body and minds are unfamiliar with such overwhelming power. Cain, just for a moment, grant me that power!
Oh my god, he's so goddamn cool!
This scene is awesome because it is. Kelik's next scene is him getting his ass beat by one of the game's more powerful villains. But don't worry, Kelik didn't lose because he was weaker. Kelik never loses. He just wasn't using 100% of his power. Anakin shows up and saves him, and I guess this is supposed to be Kelik learning that friends are cool, but Kelik is Kelik, and he doesn't need friends. And then he meets Zoro from One Piece. What? Think that's weird? I don't know, I think that's cool. I don't think your favorite Fire Emblem character is in One Piece. Oh, wow, I stand corrected. Also, I forgot to mention this earlier, or maybe this is when it first comes up, who knows, I didn't do any fucking research for this video. Kelik has a magical amulet that gives him superpowers thanks to the soul of a dead loved one in it. And before you ask, no, this is not ripping off X-Spheres from Tales of Symphonia. Those are completely different, and Kelik is a completely original OC, with no traits stolen from any other form of media. Anyways, it's here that he promotes and gets to become a legend. No, literally, that's the name of his promoted class. After some time, we finally learn Kelik's sad anime backstory. His best friend was killed by Kelik's evil brother. That's right, Kelik has an evil brother. How cool is that? Having an evil brother is like a you, but evil. That's so fucking cool. Siegfried tries to get Kelik to trust people, but having friends is for fucking losers, so Kelik just leaves. Remember, the secret to drowning in puss is being an antisocial asshat who declines even the most basic of courtesies. Trust me, it's backed by science. Then Siegfried fucking dies. This has nothing to do with Kelik, I just thought it was worth mentioning. We jump to the dawn of the final battle, where Kelik gets a new proof weapon thanks to Jake from State Farm. Why does he get a new proof weapon? Because he's Kelik, fuck you. He then gets to use that sword to fight against his brother in a cool tower during the game's climax. And before you ask, this is not ripping off Luke versus Ash from Tales of the Abyss, who had a cool sword fight against each other in a tower during the game's climax. Leon and Kelik are brothers, while Luke and Ash are... Did I just censor plot spoilers from a 20-year-old JRPG? Yeah, I did, because Tales of the Abyss fucks as hard as your mother when I'm in town, so go fucking play it. And at the end of the game, Kelik, alongside everyone, has to fight Siegfried, as he's been revived due to evil dark magic and is forced to fight you. This is actually a very clever way to recontextualize the Deadlord concept from previous Fire Emblem games, but more importantly, it marks the end of the game and the end of Kelik's story, as the credits and epilogues roll. Then Kelik fucking dies! This has nothing to do with Kelik, I just thought it was worth mentioning. And that's the character of Kelik. He's so fucking badass, he's so cool. He is so fucking stupid. And I love him. Because I want you to go back to a time when you were younger, when you were doodling Goku in your notebook during class. You probably were making up your own OCs for some games or anime you liked, and odds are they were exactly like Kelik. You just came up with a character that had all the traits from media you liked slapped onto it. And you didn't think about things like copyright or sensical writing, you just wrote what was cool to you. And Kelik, to me, is a time capsule for that line of thinking. Sure, his backstory is 80% plagiarized. Sure, he is a character that is trying way too hard to be cool. But deep down inside, we all have a Kelik in our hearts. And I think that's a weight we can all handle. Happy April Fool's Day, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this very serious, very genuine character analysis episode. I'm not going to do my normal plugs because this was just a shit post, so I'll see you next episode.
Change the world.
Right, little bastard.